Kelly, thank you. He's an actor, author, and activist. And now Hill Harper wants to add senator to his resume. He plans to run for U.S. Senate in Michigan to fill the seat of retiring Democratic Senator Debbie Stabenow. In a candid conversation, Hill Harper takes us to a location in Detroit that's near and dear to him to deliver his message.
Low-cost funding. We bail out.
In this one-on-one conversation with Hill Harper, he takes us to the intersection of Oakland and Owen in Detroit's North End. Why did you choose this location?
You know, Josh, I chose this location because when I get off I-75 to come home, I come up and I take a right on Oakland, and then I have to take a left right here at Owen. And it was a number of weeks ago, I just stopped and sort of got emotional.
It's easy to become emotional when standing at a location symbolizing decay and challenges. Harper shedding light on the urgent need for change, community growth, and leadership.
Just look around. You have boarded up, kind of bombed out building to the left. You have Eli's Produce kind of faded right here on that building, and then you look across the street, an empty lot. And here on this side, a liquor store where folks who are on SNAP assistance, government assistance, come in through 3 inches of plexiglass. They can only buy Funyuns, Faygo, or Verner's, and there's no fresh produce anywhere around here.
Critical issues that in many ways remain ignored in urban communities. But this candidate for the U.S. Senate believes he can make a difference. What do you say to the critics who question your qualifications?
Well, I mean, a couple different things. I'll put my resume up against anybody. Harvard Law School, JD, Kennedy School of Government, appointed by President Barack Obama to the President's Cancer Panel. We made recommendations to the White House around cancer policy.
Nevertheless, it's a big challenge for the actor, author, and activist who is seeking change in politics. What motivated you to make this transition?
You know, this. You know, our government can't solve everybody's problems, and it shouldn't. But this year, our federal government budget is estimated to be around $6.2 trillion. $6.2 trillion, and we have communities that are choked out like this.
Here's part of Harper's response when we presented the question of laying out an actual game plan if elected.
Literally stand there on the Senate floor and say, things aren't going to move forward until we take care of constituency groups like this, until we figure out a way that people can get a loan to open up a business in here, open up a business there, redevelop that corner. There has to be more options than liquor stores that sell zero fresh produce in communities.
Whomever is elected, they will indeed have big shoes to fill, as Senator Debbie Stabenow will retire after serving in the Senate for more than 2 decades.
I have a great deal of respect for her, and what's fantastic about that is that it also reminds me of another great Michigan senator, Phil Hart, whoever wins this Senate seat is going to interestingly sit in the Phil Hart building, their office, the junior senator's office.
And one of my final questions for Hill Harper during our time at the intersection of Oakland and Owen. Since you began this journey,
yes,
have you received support or full support from the Democratic Party?
You know, unfortunately, it seems that Washington and the Washington establishment wants to pick who Michigan's next senator is, rather than allowing the people the full right, the people of Michigan, the full right to evaluate candidates and pick. So they are literally putting their thumb, or attempting to put their thumb on the scale.
There are several more candidates running for this particular U.S. Senate spot, soon to be vacated by Debbie Stabenow. And we're giving all the candidates, Democrats and Republicans, the same opportunity to deliver their message going into the election season. It will be very interesting in the weeks, months ahead, Erica.
Well, and I'm glad that you are giving everybody an opportunity. Obviously, you have to do so. But
Absolutely.
I love these stories that highlight, you know, their vision and what they hope to do. Obviously, right now, it's all talk until somebody's elected and we see the action. But I always find it so interesting when these actors run for office, and I always wonder, you know, is it a helpful thing, or maybe more of a deterrent. Some people, you know, because they know his name, but then others might think, oh, he's just an actor, but he's not. I mean, he went to Brown University. He said he went to Harvard University, played basketball with Barack Obama, so they're friends. I mean, it truly is incredible learning all these things. I never knew any of this.
All those nuances are very interesting, but nevertheless, we have to stay concentrated on this particular U.S. Senate spot. Again, soon to be vacated by Debbie Stabenow, who has been a household name. The U.S. Senate, we know the influence that that has on our country. Therefore, you have a lot of people, both on Democrats and Republicans, who are running for it. So we're going to give them that opportunity, and folks will have an opportunity to see what they're about going into the months ahead.
Big spot up for grabs. Thank you for that report.
You got it. Straight ahead, we're taking a